Hi. All right, so I'm already kind of fucking this up, but because I'm not sure what I want to. Here, I'll just speak quickly. So when I record projects, I just put them into folders and I just come up with names. This latest one that I started working on, and this is going to be the last one on this project, is called Fuck It, Fight. And so this is the final track on that. Today, we got up and me and Mom went to our local Sam's Club warehouse to pick up some things for the holidays. And I had to be back by 2 o'clock for my therapy session, so we had to kind of hurry up. And it seems almost unbelievable that we went in and found everything we were looking for. There was no line at the checkout. We went to get gas because it's a membership thing, and there was nobody at the gas station. So we got done real quick. And then I came home and I had my therapy session. It was great. We had to do it over the phone instead of through the video like we've been doing, like we normally do, but which I don't really like because anyway. But I had a good session, and I was telling my therapist that like I'm in a strangely good mood today. And I said, despite the fact that I have got all these things to do, because after therapy we had to go and do a bunch of other things, which I'll get to in a moment. But and she said, well, David, maybe you were in a good place because you had those things to do. And I said, yeah, no, I don't dispute that. I don't think that's unfair, but at the same time, it's like there's been plenty of times when I've had a lot of things to do in a day that I shut down completely and don't do any of them. So I don't know that they're necessarily correlative. But anyway, so have my session, and then I tell Mom, I'm like, okay, we're ready to go. And so our first stop on our quote-unquote errand run was the cemetery. Because Mama wanted to, she wanted to bring Dad some new, I don't know what the fuck to call them. Decorations sounds inappropriate, but things to put by Dad's grave. And we pull in, and there's this immediately to the left when we pull in, this large family of just deer. And I don't think I've ever told this part of the story, and I probably don't need to right now, but I'm going to. When my mom and sisters and my aunt went to go see the cemeteries, I didn't go because I didn't care what ground my dad got buried in. I just, whatever. Like, the reason they picked that one was because when they were there in the middle of winter, there was deer everywhere. And I thought that was a good sign. Don't disagree. So there was a bunch of deer there. Anyway, we pull in, and a tractor is pulling out. And I use land markers when I'm driving through there to try to find the right spot. Like, at this point, it's kind of become muscle memory, but there's this one name that I won't say because that's not fair. It's not my business to share. But like that headstone, gravestone, whatever, it's flat, had an orange cone on top of it. I'm like, oh no, did it break? No. As we pull around the corner, I see, oh no, there was someone had just been, I can't think of a better way to say this, freshly buried. And so they had covered that up with the orange cone to make sure it didn't get run over, which I thought was, I mean, in hindsight, kind of obvious, but I don't know. I don't work at the cemetery. Anyway, So we went and put a couple plants on Dad's grave. And then we're leaving, and we saw some more deer, and they were kind of scattered this time. They weren't all clumped together. And Ma says to two of these little baby deer off to her right, and my right, as I was driving, like, it's okay, we're leaving now, you can, whatever. And so the next stop on our errand run, Mom was going to go get her haircut. And that was by my ex-wife at the salon she works at, which is right near the cemetery. And as we're driving to get there, we pull up to a stoplight, and to my left, I turn and see this car within the back seat, and in the back seat of the car, these two big, I think they were huskies. I'm not really sure. I'm not a huge dog person, but like the back windows were down, and I was like, oh, that makes me so nervous, because we have little dogs, so I'm always afraid they're gonna jump out. And one of these dogs just like looked me dead in the eyes, and he was just smiling. Dog smiling, but smiling. And it was wonderful. So then we cross the intersection and get to, I drop Mom off, and she's saying like, oh, we're going to be late. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Her appointment was at 3:45. It was 3:45. And so the next stop of my personal journey was we're hosting Christmas Eve this year, as we normally do, and we generally get Portillo's beef. If you're not from Chicago, I'm sorry. And so I was gonna go buy the beef while she was getting her haircut done, and so I dropped her off. Then I get a text message when I pull into the parking lot. I see, because I don't look at my phone while I'm driving, because I'm a smart person, that my ex-wife texted me saying, hey, your mom's phone died, so it's charging, but text me when you're on your way back. Okay. So I go in, and I go up to like the catering counter or whatnot, and I just sit, and then a girl walks out, and I just said, hi, I need some beef. And she kind of looked at me a little bit askew, just for like a half tip. And then she said, you mean like catering? I was like, yes. Because I wasn't quite sure how to phrase it. In the past, we would order it ahead. So I would just say, I'm here to pick up for blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she's like, okay, I'll be right back. I'll get someone that can help you. And so the other girl comes out. And she says, hi, how can I help you? And I was like, I need 3 pounds of beef and 3 breads, 3 packages of bread. I don't know what you guys call it. And she laughed and she said, no, 3 packages of bread, or just 3 breads works as well. So I got that, and everything worked smoothly. Got out of there, got in the car, texted my ex saying, hey, I'm on my way back. Got to the parking lot, pulled in. There was a spot right up front, because when we first went there was no parking spots there. So I just kind of dropped me off. But there was a spot right in front. And so I sat there for a few minutes. I got out of the car and smoked a cigarette, and then got back in and waited for Mom. And she got back in the car. I don't have any particular drama at this point that happened. We drove home. Traffic was fairly light, other than a couple of assholes who don't understand how turn signals or stoplights work, but whatever. So we get home, and I said to Ma, I was like, and I had told my therapist this too, but it's like, it's weird. It's like, I'm in a really good mood. And my mother instinctively said, and you don't like that because you're feeling guilty. And as an impulse, I said, no, it's not that. It's like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, what bad thing is going to happen now? And then a couple hours later, I came back and said, yeah, no, Ma, you're right. You were right. I was feeling guilty. I mean, it was also the other thing, but I was feeling guilty about feeling good. And one of the biggest struggles I've had since my father died, and just even beyond that, but most specifically since then, is like feeling okay, feeling good. When I know others are struggling, others are hurting, others are this or that. But I can't carry that weight for everyone, or assume that weight even exists. So, back to the original premise of this project. It's like, fuck it. Fight. You don't have to give in. You don't have to play to what other people want or what other people expect or what you think other people expect. Live your life, David, because you are the only one that can live it.